What is more important to you, people or party?
People, clearly. I think we all have a bit of a hierarchy of how these things work. I think my first duty is to the people of Mansfield, then to the country, to the UK, and then obviously I'm a Conservative MP.
People. But I think in a sense it's the same thing, because the Labour Party was founded by working people, so people and party.
As of this interview today, 125,000 people in the country died of COVID-19. So my main question, really, and the reason that I wanted to talk to you for this documentary, is how you feel the government has handled the pandemic.
I'm Nadia Whittam and I'm the Labour Member of Parliament for Nottingham East. The way that we're experiencing this pandemic is set against the backdrop of a decade of austerity. You know, if you're going to use war analogies, we were going into battle without our armour.
My name's Ben Bradley, I'm the Member of Parliament for Mansfield. It's an incredibly difficult circumstance, and even government ministers have said, you know, there will be things we've got wrong, and that's obvious to everyone, I think. But could anybody have done any better? I don't think so.
How do you think the Labour Party has done on the opposition side of things throughout the pandemic?
All the way through, Labour has been saying, listen to scientific advice, increase statutory sick pay, we need to lock down now. And at every point, the government has ignored what the Labour Party said, ignored its own scientific advice, and done the opposite.
It's all well and good criticising this now, but when we proposed this 4 weeks ago, you supported it and you voted for it. I think that's been a theme all the way through.
When I spoke out about the lack of PPE on the front line, and other care workers and health workers did the same, the government said there were no problems.
I went to make PPE sort of throughout the first lockdown, right? So I know how to the line it was and how short we were.
It's easy in hindsight to say we should have been more prepared. There was an awful lot done, an awful lot spent, and an awful lot put in place to try and procure PPE, but obviously the entire world was trying to do that in massive volumes at the same time, so it wasn't easy.
They've been too slow to accept the facts and too slow to act. And that's been a thread that's run through the government's response to coronavirus all the way through.
We had lots of people emailing into the Cabinet Office saying, I can make PPE, to the point and to the level of kind of generosity and support that they couldn't cope with it on the other end. And here locally as well, you know, I was trying to support the County Council to try and find local businesses in Mansfield and in Nottinghamshire that could provide PPE to our care homes as well.
Now, I think there's a fair argument to be made in regards to Eat Out to Help Out, that the economic benefit of something like that on the food and beverage industry sort of leveraged those businesses and gave them a bit of a boost coming out of the first lockdown.
The first thing to say is that Eat Out to Help Out wasn't a necessity. You can resurrect the economy, you can't resurrect the dead.
Personally, I think Eat Out to Help Out seemed like the right thing at the time, because we thought at the time that we were coming out the other side, and we all thought it was going to be that few months and then we needed to recover.
The economy and public health are two and the same, and they're often set up as being different things and in opposition to each other. The single biggest threat to our economy was the spread of the virus.
Could be that Eat Out to Help Out has saved lives by saving livelihoods.
Now we have both one of the worst death rates in the world, 125,000 people dead, and one of the worst economic recessions in the world. Those two things aren't an accident, they go hand in hand.
That's been the thing for me over the whole course of this, is just the challenge of that balance between short term and wanting to keep people safe and alive, clearly, but then long term, you know, by keeping everybody up in their homes, by the economic challenge that is created by lockdown. It's really, really difficult to balance the importance and the value of lives versus livelihoods, isn't it? And such a difficult situation for a government to be in.
What are some of the things, Nadia, that you feel the government has done right?
The vaccine rollout, and that is thanks to our NHS public sector staff.
I think most people, as I say, have been willing to give the benefit of the doubt because of just how difficult it is and how much is on the line, how much is at stake.
I'm very glad that the government introduced the furlough scheme, which was pushed very heavily by our trade unions. That was the right thing to do.
As it stands, you know, vaccine rollout's going well. We look like we're going to get out of this quicker and more effectively than pretty much anybody else in the world. The national mood, I think, seems to be improving. People seem jollier. So hopefully it bodes well for the future.